Ladies, I beseech you, blush not to see that I speak a prologue, being a she. For it becomes as well if votes cry aye. Why then should I, a petticoat, cry fie? Gentlemen, if so you allow as wit, why then not speak, I pray your patience sit. And now, to tell you truth of our new play, it doth becomes a woman's wit the very way.
Wonderful!
And I did tell the poet plainly truth, it looks like 18 or 22 youth. Or else, it would not be as 'tis but well. I'll say no more until your hands play tell.
Though a second prologue spoke to our play, I will speak truth. 'Tis woman all the way. For you'll not see a plot in any act, nor any rigid, high, ignoble fact. Fearing you'll censure me now, full of tongue, it's not fit that I should speak too long.
My lord, if that your judgment doth approve of me, I pray you smile, that all may truly see you like, and do approve of what we say, and then each one will freely give their pay. If then your quicker wit doth crown our play, your health shall be our word today.
Oh, Liz, I have no idea how you learn all those lines. It's breaking my heart that I won't be there for Janie's state. You're taking good care of her, right? Are you enjoying the place?
I'm loving it. Thank you so much for letting me stay.
Hola, Lucy. Digo, señora Wells, disculpe. ¿Cómo le va en Italia?
Il tempo è molto bello qui.
I think that's Italian, but you're in Italy, so... Holy shit.
What?
What's up?
The NBA's canceling all the games. I guess because of coronavirus or whatever. Man, this is getting serious.
It's an email from Deanne.
Oh, she's the director, Mom?
Honey, what's it say?
Dear cast, we regret to inform you that the school will be closing down for the next 2 weeks, as mandated by the provincial government of Quebec. Unfortunately, due to other upcoming bookings scheduled at the Monument National, we have no choice but cancel Concealed Fancies. We know how hard this must be for you after all your hard work, but we look forward to seeing you back in class 2 weeks from now.
Mrs. Wells, are you okay?
Honey, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm exhausted, but I'm healthy and I'll be fine. Just bored. Oh my God, am I bored.
Have you seen a doctor?
Honey, the hospitals are overwhelmed here. I've got lots to do. I'm making the most of it when I'm not sleeping. How's things in Canada?
They said it would be 2 weeks, now it's 3. I don't know, it seems like it's gonna be longer, and I don't even know if we're gonna go back to school this term. They're kind of giving up on everything, so we're just stuck at home and nobody's really doing anything about it. I don't know if I'm even gonna see any of my friends again until next school year.
Hello.
Hi, Uncle Tony, it's Lizzie.
Lizzie, how are you, doll?
Good. Well, this is so weird.
You're telling me. We've been going through this for a month and a half here on Broadway.
Well, yeah. Any word on Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf opening again?
Are you kidding? The pandemic has devastated Broadway. We closed 2 weeks ago. Probably should have happened earlier. These capitalist bastards could give a dime about public health. Thank God we got Mr. Trump in the White House. I can't wait for him to inject himself with some Windex. Ha! Good riddance. Chinese virus. It's appalling. Oh dear, I'm going off. I don't get out anymore. How can I help you, Lizzie? I suspect you're not calling to listen to me rant.
Uncle Tony, I'm going to do a Zoom performance of the final production they canceled at NTS. Would you be up for playing a few roles?
Oh, sweet Lizzie, dear, I'd be delighted. Zoom?
Do you have a computer?
Lizzie, I'm not a Luddite.
Okay, does it have a camera?
Why in the world would I need a camera for a computer?
We'll figure it out. Thank you. Love you, Uncle Tony.
Keep me posted.
I will.
Bye.
Bye.
Prithee, dear companion, tell me, in what humor is thy mistress?
Faith, my misfortune is she knows her seen self too well.
What mean you by that?
That is, she will not lessen herself at all by valuing me.
What, does she scorn you?
No, nor she does not admire me.
And that's your grief.
Aye, for I would have her possess the little Cupid if I could.
Oh, then you're not for matrimony if you pretend Cupid.
Yes, but I am, for I hope Cupid will be the gentleman usher to Hymen.
Fie, that's not becoming to have a boy to usher in the gods.
Well then, allow him to be a page. So she were in love, I care not. Now I have confessed so largely to you. Freely relate your mistress to me, and let me know her humor.
By God, mine's so courtly coy, I know not what to make of her. For when she smiles, I know not whether 'tis a scorn or a grace.
Does she speak much?
No, but she is so full of her neglecting silence as I am almost in despair.
But I see you have some relics of hope left you.
Were it not for that, I should be absolutely nothing.
Tell me her name.
Tell you her name? Will you be secret then?
Or may I never be happy if I speak of yours till you shall reveal mine.
But my curiosity is to know yours first.
What? Must I be St. George? First both in her humor and her name, I will not be made so much your fool.
Well, I'll speak her name in a soft whisper. Luciny.
Sister to mine in faith.
If so, she values Cupid no more than if he were her footboy, and her language is the torture to a lover's soul.
Faith, by your description, I perceive they are sisters. For my mistress values courtship and a rich suit no more than signs to catch doggerels withal.
Certainly they educate one another, for my mistress is in the same humor.
Come, let's go to them and see how they will act their scenes.
Agreed. I'll see your mistress, and you shall see mine in their posture of coyness.
Content, but let me know before you go, for wife what mistress you would woo.
My mistress, truly I would have a pretty monkey, yet seem grave. Her face I'd have it plump to kiss, and that is as my heart doth wish. Her stature I would have each see, a wife or mistress she may then well be. In private, no matrimony law. In public, all should think I did her all. I would not have her think of wife, nor me as husband to make strife, but justly have her fraught with wit. So by me, pretty men may sit.
I've declared your mistress life of day, but I'd have mine, me more, for to obey.
Toy, come hither. I will tell thee, though I am up, yet my design is for all. I intend to keep to my bed. Therefore, Toy, resolve to dress me neatly. I will, your lady, so far as my education gives me leave. Toy, tomorrow I intend to go to my wits. Who are they, madam? Monsieur Calcindo's daughters. Therefore, the keeping to my bed is to plump my face. Well, madam, truly, in my opinion, they would not mind so much. They are too young. Oh, but Toy, they have such characters as to make a lady appear or not appear. Besides, I am in love with their father, so I would have them like me. Surely your ladyship will not let them know so much. Thou art nice, Toy. From my faith I will, for they should not be ignorant of my love. And therefore, I hope Monsieur Calcindo should know. And in respect to him, I will visit the two lady cousins, and I will carry with me one of the Stellos. Or both, for they are their servants, and 'tis thought we'll marry them. But what thinkest thou, Toy, to that quiff and pinner that hath the gillyflower, and my best smock band? Do they not agree well together, Toy? Speak! What? Art thou in a study of my marriage to their father? I was looking at the lacing, and truly your ladyship has matched them well. If your lady wants, I shall fetch. No, stay! What o'clock is it? It is almost 10, madam. Very well. Time for talking and dressing. 5 hours without interruption. What thinkest thou, Toy, to the best dress for the face? Do you not think pomatum, rubbed all over with scarlet, and Mr. Tantrum's stilled waters? Oh, there are rarer cordials in there to plump the face, Toy. Truly, madam, in conjecture with myself, I think the scarlet will rub off too much of the pomatum, and will not suffer the stilled cordials to give a gloss. What? Would thou have me wear an oiled mask? A pox on it! I saw a lady the other day who leaned her face to the glass, and her face took dust. So I knew 'twas that left so much grease, so 'tis nasty. Your lady has left out her white satin waistcoat. Impertinent dull brain! Dost thou think I would forget that? Come, Toy, no, away! I am resolved to take to my bed.
Jack, 1 o'clock. Is not the bill for dinner gone to my lady? Speak! Have you lost your tongue? Speak, I say!
Yes, sir. The bill was carried to the ladies.
Know how they like dinner. Now, there's no tart.
Mr. Sage told me they were not up.
Fie, fie, as I am an honest man, those wits will ne'er be housewives, and nothing angers me, but they will neither chide nor commend.
Yes, under favor, sir. I remember they charged you for not making a quince tart sweet enough.
Before God, that's true. Come, good memory, tell me when they praised me. Speak, or I'll make you remember.
Why, good sir. When a lady was here.
When a lady was here. Speak, or my stick shall be about your ears.
Why, if you could remember the lady's name, I could then tell you how they praised you.
The lady's name?
Indeed. The lady's name is a hard one.
I'll have it out, or I'll pluck you for dinner and send you up as a blackbird.
Why, it begins with Trey.
Traven?
No, Tran.
Tran? Speak!
Tranquility.
And what by that lady?
Why, you made a great dinner, such as one of my lady liked.
But what said she?
Why, she sent you a 20-shilling piece, and her woman spoke as well as she could to let you know my lady was pleased. And I thought 20 shillings was great commendations.
The next time I stand in expectation for your no piece of flattery, I'll be sent up as a Friday dinner. For God knows I can pretend to be nothing but a lean pike. And were that of a poet's dressing, the ladies would like me.
Sister, pray tell me, in what humour thou wert with thy servant yesterday? Prithee, tell me how you acted your scene.
I beg your excuse. A younger sister cannot have the confidence to teach an elder.
Well, then I'll begin first. I dress myself in a slight way of carelessness, which becomes as well, if not better, than a set dress. And when he made his approaches of love by speaking in a formal way, I told him I could not love so dull a brain as he had, always to repeat he loved me. For I'd rather have him say he hated me, for that would be of some variety.
But what said you when he expressed himself by oaths and execrations?
I told him I wondered he had the confidence, seeing I kept my chamber to trouble me with his impertinent language, which ever produceth my vexation. For I will tell you, sister, it is impossible to answer to what he speaks. Therefore, I put him off with a sharp reply, as I have told you before, and then said, my face could be in no ways invitable for his affections. Therefore, I told him if he would not make an honorable retreat of the house, I would proclaim him a malignant, or else cause Mr. Steward to make him make his retreat with more confusion. So, bid him think of some visit, for here I was resolved he should not stay.
Pray, sister, is he a good fortune?
Yes, And a very good title.
Then I perceive your discretion likes him.
I, and his discretion may very well like me, for my father intends to give me a great portion. Therefore, I shall not know whether 'tis his wisdom or affection that makes choice of me.
But will you continue this way of discretion when you're married?
Why do you think I take thee shall alter me,
I hear they're coming. I'll them defeat.
leaving me only to their coming cheat?
Madam, your admirer attends you.
And thinks to be accepted for your new suit.
Still in your insulting way?
'Tis tyranny indeed. To tell you truth, you are so conscious of yourself as you think you are the only object of perfection.
No, madam. I am the object of misfortune, not having the least hope of your ladyship's good opinion.
I should think myself debased, should I lend you a thought. For as I hear, you are the only libertine in the town, and I wonder you can be so great an imposture in your pretended love as to contract that face of freedom to so serious a piece of formality.
No, madam. It is your sweeter face of innocence that converts the rudest peasant even into modesty.
Aye, but when the species returns back, my face, methinks, should be converted into debaseness. Now will not your next posture be to stand with folded arms? But that posture now grows much out of fashion. That's altered to a serious look of admiration, as if your face was so terrible as to turn men to statues.
I wish damnation, madam, rather than thus to be tormented by your unkinder love.
Away, away with your hypocritical language, for I am not yet so vain as to believe your dissembling romances.
Well, I'm gone, and resolved to be no more.
You'll give out your dead? To try what vanity of love I may be possessed withal? Go, take what resolution you please.
Oh, I'll love myself better than to die for one that hates me. But I could be a willing martyr to her that loves me.
I think so. You would be a willing martyr to her that loves you. Do you think that is a high expression of love, that would quit her so soon? This shows how much you hated her, leaving her this legacy, to die of a consumption for your sake.
Madam, am not I worth that ribbon you hate worst? And that will I contemplate upon with adoration.
I thought you had learned better manners than to offer to plunder me of my favors.
Give me leave then, passionately to beg a salute, and I will never see you more, unless I may be answered with more mildness. For now every word you speak is a rack unto my soul. Therefore give me one more leave, to beg the flavor of your lips.
When did you hear my lips were so rude as to come within distance of your sex? And to confirm you, there is nothing I hate more than a country gentleman who must ever salute coming or going, or else he will whisper to his next neighbor. I am proud, and I swear I would rather cut my lips off than suffer you a salute.
What a misfortune this to me, to court a wench that doth so truly see.
Presumption! I know thou dost presume of thine own wit and fancy. Therefore, prithee, tell me thy loved humour of mistress.
You think to catechize me at your pleasure. Pay me to be your boy. Where's your reward of plum?
Come, prithee, be good-natured, and let thy voice relate thy mistress of thy sweet-loved fancies.
My mistress, I would have love's book, yet innocent should be her look. In company, she should thus be a stately, pretty thing to see. Then should she be that when I kiss, thoughts make me swear I still do miss, do miss. And then to me a toy and witty, making me mad and herself pretty.
I see sweet tatany in your song.
Oh, that love name's a cordial to my tongue.
Oh, Cotley, my pouch of gold with my way of craft shall gain your mistress from you.
Do you think your bank of sordidness can make her misunderstand herself?
Why, sir, what can she wish but she shall have? If title please, I'll lay out 20,000 pounds for what honor a name she lacks best. And I know her discretion is not taken with a rich suit or a fair face that appears like one of your polished pictures.
No, sir, nor she is not taken with your piece of deformity of fat, whose face appears as your worst rustic. Have you ever spoke to her in the way of marriage?
No, but I intend first to speak to her cousin to make the way, and then to her father.
You're mistaken. Because she carved you once a leg of capon and gave you sauce to boot, your puffed up bladder thinks to marry her? By reason she gave you the civility of the house as being her father's friend, which modest courtesy blows your brain up as gunpowder into folly. But, pray you, sir, do me that favor. After you have spoke to her in the way of a suitor, let me know your opinion.
I will, sir, and doubt not of success.
Being counted an impertinent ass.
Come, corpulent, if you be in love, I'll push you into a consumption. What do you take my friend to be?
A fine piece of vanity in a rich suit.
Oh, corpulent, you're deceived. He hath a good estate besides a rich suit, and that Mistress Lucinda knows.
I believe you not, youth. I believe you not.
It concerns you to have no faith in that.
Ah, here's that cousin. Come, now we have good company. Let's drink Mistress Lucinda's health. If she would but love, she should have all my wealth.
I have other business than to drink.
What have you to do?
To give order for the army.
Hey, then I will command your stay. Orders belong to me, so me you shall obey. Bring sack and claret that we may make this my mistress' holiday.
And I, to see my mistress's health belched out in several turns. I'll stay to give her an account, and so revenge myself of him, for I hate that he should think of her.
What think you of the taking of Belamo?
'Tis a very strong place.
The best is to watch them tame.
Aye, but I will correspond first.
And reckon until you be so drunk as you cannot give orders.
Now he's drinking. I'll put myself in the habit of one of my mistress's servants and see if I can cousin him of his pouch of gold.
It will be worth your change of habit.
Come now, let's have a tune.
Our senses sweetly to perfume.
I love a canny brave Scotch jig, and afterwards a wench for me to lig. Oh, call that fellow back. Where are you going? How doth your mistress?
Very well.
Set him a chair. You're welcome. Set him a chair, I'll commit some of y'all.
I hope I shall not drink so much, but I may stand.
In troth, first I took you for a sage. Pray, what's your business here?
Faith, sir, my mistress has sent me to borrow money for a jewel she has a mind to buy.
Oh, how much wants she?
She sent me to borrow 1,000 pounds.
Take this bag.
By God, I have cousined him.
Well, sire, I'll let my mistress know your kindness.
What an old doting fool is to part with his money.
But he's drunk. For were he in his right sense, he would know my mistress would rather starve than receive the money he had looked upon. When he's sober, I'll let him see his drunken act.
Come, let's go.
You mean carried?
Now will I to my mistress and let her see.
What have you made the corpulent to be? Are you in better humor today? Will you give me leave to speak?
Your tongue's at liberty.
Faith, so 'tis, but did not know whether you would suffer your lover of admiration to express himself, your perpetual servant.
Oh, sir, now I understand you. You spoke this yesterday to your mistress, and think to confer the same upon me. And I to believe so foolish a romance.
Are you still pleased to neglect your honorer?
How you make yourself. Did I ever keep you so much company as you to take the freedom as to title yourself my servant or my honorer?
I beseech your sweetness to account of me as of your sad creature and vessel.
How now? Your still is nothing but full of impudence.
What? Will you be always my tyrant?
Now do you think that pulling down your hat and looking sad shall make me believe your speech for truth? But you are deceived. Therefore be gone to your mistress, and let her know to make mirth that you've been with me, and how rarely you've acted your part. And what a fine fool you will make her, if you can, to be confident of your affection.
By the gods, you would make me mad. And when I was, you would not pity me.
There's no danger of your distraction, since you can have that ejaculation.
I desire you will be pleased to give me the happiness you salute your hand, and then I will be gone.
How I vow I hate you. Be gone, rude creature.
I swear this coy wench makes me not the same. But she takes the right way to make me tame.
Look, you! Here's Corpulent's pouch of gold. For when he was in his drunken fit, I named but your name and he gave it me.
Now, piece of confidence. I'll make you know you shall not make mirth with me, and so to find out my humor. And I am so far from being merry, as I am very angry, as to think you should understand my wit no higher than to laugh at your cheat. Besides, he was not himself, so you have no reason to brag.
Never of your favors. But I thought you had hated Mr. Corpulent.
You mean contemn him, for I never thought him so valuable as to hate.
It seems to me you do.
Sure, your vanity thought my extreme hate to him would have made me express love to you.
Was there ever such a tyrant, she, as to make nothing of brave, gallant me?
Sister, have you heard of Corpulent's folly? Aye, and his indiscretion besides his overgreat bounty to Courtly.
No more than courtly.
What, hath he made you for him? Or that twatting lady that thinks you govern me?
Aye, and presumption too thinks you do govern me. Do you not mind how his sister courts you? Aye, but I know who governs us both.
Who, prithee? Let me hear.
Monsieur Calzendot.
Oh, my father indeed, and that gentleman shall be my alpha and omega of government.
But shall not Mr. Courtly be your governor when you're married?
How often, sister, have you read the Bible over and forgotten that man and wife should draw equally in a yoke?
I warrant you, sister, I know that text as well as you.
How impertinently then dost thou speak?
I wish with all my heart Corpulent would come.
Whenever he comes, I will not speak to him.
What will you lay that?
My destruction or my happiness?
What's that?
My destruction is that when I marry Courtly, I will be condemned to look upon my nose whenever I walk, and when I sit at meat, confined by his grave wink to look upon the salt, and be it but the paring of his nails to admire him.
Your happiness, then?
My happiness is that when I am in the condition of his wife, is still to imagine him, Courtly, and I, Mistress Luceney. And now you shall have no more of me.
Oh, my wish Corpulent is here.
Ladies, you look fair today.
Speak to your ambition, sir.
Alas, he understands not. You must name my name, or his dull brain understands not.
Speak to my sister, sir.
How do you, fair lady? Not a word! Make your servant happy. For if you say nothing, I shall understand you think. Aye. And so you will make me very happy with your neglecting silence.
I prithee, fool, not speak no more, for I cannot thee like. Thy folly hath been great enough for laughing me to slight. Thy face a black rose honeycomb, thyself an ugly sot. Besides, you are a clog of dun, so I'll not be your lot. There's none without it be a hag will ever be your wife, and for companions you are such as they will not be rife. Then know your recreation is a full good cup of sack, and that your drunkenness does sip, which makes you beastly fat. You're only fit for witches, like for looks of horror you. Then she to oint and make a flight, in this to swear she's true. For sordid acts is your own life, and this each one does see. Thus devil you do make a strife, then which take you for me?
Sister, I swear I infinitely commend your wit. I confess you've won your wager, but who must pay it to you?
Myself.
I swear I long to see it.
Nay, prithee, do not speak without a pretty oath.
Why, as I hope to continue, Tatney. I long to see thee married, but I'm so feared you will prove a fool.
Do you not doubt Luciny, but mind Tatney. For my observation is that presumption doth you throw his cloak as if he intended to govern you.
Why, as I hope to continue my own, I will make him lay his cloak off if his carriage be to slight me. For do you think, sister, the words saying in the church shall make me mind him more than I do now? He is my servant, for I intend to be his mistress.
You're right, for I intend to be the same with Courtly.
But sure you do not intend to let him know so much.
Oh, I understand you. That is to say, the wife, but the mistress to make the love continue the longer. But Tatney shall show obedience when my lady Noel visits her.
And so I'm sure will you be when Mistress Courtly, your mother-in-law, sees you.
Yes, faith, will I. But though I look obedient and civil to her, I will let her discretion understand in silence that I know myself, and that I deserve thanks for coming into her family. Therefore, I will not lessen my conversation for her piece of sobriety.
And I hate that language some ladies here in town are much acquainted with. The friendship and conversation, as they will think.
What for as I hope for happiness, I will continue my innocent freedom with Courtly, and he shall have a true piece of virtue of Luciny. And you need not be more jealous, sister, of Luciny's language than you are of yourself, of making who I please believe I am obedient fool.
Do you not wonder that Courtly and Presumption are held wits? For methinks there are no such miracles in their language.
Why, that's because we have been brought up in the creation of good languages, which will make us ever ourselves.
And I protest, Presumption shall never see me out of order when I'm married, but always in a morning and at night in my several satin petticoats and waistcoats, and in my careless garb.
Come, let us go, for I do dear, if at the door they may us hear.
Come what, a siege?
My God, I think so. But where's the relief? I'm sure our party is now as flat as a flounder.
And this garrison flatter than any.
Pox on it, I know that. Where's our officers?
Why, the old man is at the works.
Have we not more?
Yes, his clerk, who, you know, is an ancient.
What wilt thou do?
Fight as well as a gentleman usher shall. And what wilt thou do with thy bow?
Well, stand in the half moon and swear you all into heart. And now and then fight. By God, I think the ladies have a mind to see how I shall look without an eye.
If I should want a leg, I were cashiered from gentleman usher.
Then you must have a pension, and if it be a good one, it will buy sack and claret enough in time to make you as big as I.
But our ladies do not use to keep their gentlemen ushers, so my desire must be to beg as a lame soldier of the king's, and the king's lame soldier.
Come, divinity, what sayest thou?
Faith, I've been measuring, and the works are not made high enough for the enemies. If shot, we'll enter into every chamber of the house.
Why, will you not tell our engineer governor so?
I have, but he is so confounded.
Why, doth he doubt his works?
No, he cannot understand well English, nor I his language. But I think Mr. Discretion will have no siege, having no possibility of relief.
Come, Mr. Proper, let us go drink, and afterwards to bed, and wink.
Sadness, I chide you. Thou art slow and dull. 'Tis grief with passion makes a heart as full of gallant actions, and love gives the challenge. So life's not weighed in this world's harder balance. Then go on swiftly on resolute ground, and make no question, but go on the round. And do not make delays, nor go about, but shortly put on quiet life, quiet out.
Grief, I wonder you should angry be with me. Thou didst not see me till after I was thee. But patience, I have considered with myself, and can tell you, sadness is the best which I'll be and am. Yours is a madness, for quiet will you see, but I'll grieve to the bone, anathema will be.
Stay, be not angry, suffer with your friends. In like fortune yourself to them lend. For I do hope the happy gain will be, and that ere long you joyfully shall see. So I'm assured you shall not make these ends, for happy shall you be in your blessed friends. What are you upon marriage?
Aye, and I am daily contemplating how to make Mistress Luciny fit to entertain my mother and friends in the country.
That will be a hard design.
Faith, but I'll tell you the way I think of. As soon as I am married, I will let her know I am her husband.
How do you mean? She knows that.
Aye, but I mean to follify her all I can, and let her know that garb that doth best become her is most ill-favored. So she shall neither look, walk, or speak, but I will be her perpetual vexation, then send her into the country, where I will stay with her a month, then tell my own occasion draws me to town, and so leave her to contemplate me in my absence and to obey my family.
Oh, presumption. That will be a devilish husband. Prithee, more of this that I may learn by thee to know the word husband.
Why then, whoever my wife fancies, I will not esteem of. Though a female, for men servants she shall neither dare to speak to them, nor so much as to employ them, were but to know who it was that came last into the house.
You'll be overjealous.
'Tis but careful. Besides, she shall not stay with her own friends or family after she is married, not 3 days. Then Once a year, I'll bring her down a gown in fashion, which, with continuing long in the country, she shall not know how to put on. Then all discourse shall be to praise the ladies in London. And if she do but behave herself ugly, then I'll tell her that was like a good wife, and an honorable stock to bear children on withal. I would have her take the weak books, which is the only way to make her incapable to discourse or entertainment. And if she do not give respect to my mother and sisters, I will tell her she hath not deserved to enter into my honorable old house. And I know continually seeing old Longbeards makes legs to me will teach her the fashion to obey.
Well, companion, you deserve the title of a husband. But if you'll have my opinion, Mistress Tatney looks as if she were prepared for the rigidness of a husband.
Why do you think so?
By reason, she looks as if she did not care for the word part, and rather than continue her unquietness, she would live with her friends. You know, her father is an understanding gentleman. His discourse uses not to be dull, catechizing, and they very much with him.
A pox on you for your opinion. It hath done me much hurt. Prithee, how pretend you?
Faith, I pretend to possess my sweet Lucinda of my sincere affection, and if I can make her passionately love me, and so to gain her father's friendship, and then by love to gain her observancy, which I will return with great respect, and all her friends shall command me.
And she too?
No, she shall love me so well as she shall think me worthy of my freedom, and so we will continue the conversation and friendship of lovers without knowing the words of man and wife.
This I understand to be one of your courtships to her?
No, Faith, shall be my continual practice.
Sure, then. You have great designs upon her father.
No, Faith, I understand gallantry better than to have any design but to serve him. Your way with your wife is to educate her just so as to hate her within 2 or 3 years, or else you are so proud as you would have yourself the only valuable piece of perfection. Believe it, your mistress and mine, though they have great portions, are not to be tutored like a rich citizen's daughter or a great heir. They are of other breedings.
Well, I'll see in what garb I can bring her to, and tell you a certainty for your opinion.
And when you find what I say is true, what will you say?
Why, I'll say I'm wiser than you, for I've endeavored the best I can to make my wife a fool, and you never had so high a design.
Faith, I hold that no design to make my wife a fool.
We shortly shall be married, then each shall see which of us a true kind husband.
That's me! Oh, my boy! Of hope art thou come? What news? Is all well? What sad? I prithee relate, I care not for a frown, so she be well, or if she threw my letter down.
Sir, your prophecy is true. I have brought your letter back.
Come, give it to me, and tell me, prithee boy, thy progress. Hast thou not met me a bugbear? Thou still looks so sad.
I have another letter, which I'd have you read, not my master.
Companion, shall I read thy fancy of letter?
Aye, but I saw the boy give you another from your mistress.
I doubt I never shall enjoy my dear, for she my rigid thoughts certain did hear. Could she be mine, I dedicated be to her, and give her leave for it to be free. Can any wench enter into my head, if ever have her once into my bed? When married, my soul shall not think of wife, for she shall be my mistress, joy of life.
A sudden change.
A sudden change indeed.
Pray speak. Are they married? Read that letter. Are they dead?
Read that letter. I am now in deep despair, never again to see my fair.
Your pedantic servants have given us up for a prey to the enemy.
Pray, how did I look in the posture of a delinquent?
You mean, how did you behave yourself in the posture of a delinquent? Faith, as though you thought the scene would change again and then you would be happy, though you suffered some misery for a while. And how did I look?
As yourself. That's great, though, in misfortune.
So did you.
How should I do otherwise? For I practiced Cleopatra when she was in her captivity. And could they have thought me worthy to have adorned their triumphs, I would have performed his gallant tragedy, and so have made myself glorious for time to come. Come, prithee, let's talk no more of our captivity. I wish I could not think, that I might not remember I had been once happy.
Oh, I am not in your opinion, for that I shall remember nothing but misery. Therefore, let's recreate ourselves with other discourse.
And make ourselves happy by promising hopes of our absent friends.
But cousin, what shall we do today? I am loath to learn French. I am so dulled with grief.
And I am stupefied with the continuation of misery. But I'll tell you, we'll look for our friends' cordials.
But where are the keys?
I have them. Prithee, sweet cousin, bid Joan bring them quickly, for we hate delays.
Ooh, now that we shall see what a rare cordial he has for restoration of health and making one young.
Come, let's open this box. Oh, what's this?
Essence of mint and magisterium of pearl.
Take one of these cakes. Here, cousin. They're very good ones.
Oh, we never saw these before. Come, we'll put them up.
No, take another. He'll never want them.
Truly, if he knew, he would wonder how we durst offer to look of them.
I wish he saw us in a perspective.
But 'tis a great way for him to look in a perspective.
'Tis no matter, 'tis a wish. See, cousin, what receipt's this? I swear, 'tis a letter and one of his mistress's seals.
You're mistaken. You judge wrong. 'Tis a cordial seal.
Oh, and here are pots of Cavendish.
And pots of preserved nutmegs and mirabolins and a whole box of my Lady Kent's cordials.
Oh, and rather essences of all sorts of cabinets of all manner of spirits, Gilbert's water and curious balsams. Ah, I am weary with repairing. We'll put them up.
Come, cousin. This place is very cold, and we have seen all his cordials. I'll take this half pot of mirabolins and so quit them.
No, take a whole one.
No, I'll have no more than this half pot, for you have more needs of cordials than I. So this day shall be yours and tomorrow mine.
How yours?
Why, I'll invite you.
To what?
To what? Why, I'll pick his cabinet locks, and there you shall see his magazine of love. I dare swear you shall see locks of all manner of colored hairs and favoring ribbons in as many colors as the rainbow.
How know you that?
'Tis my strong imagination. And if this fancy of mine should prove true, we shall have rare recreation to look on them.
Well, on with your design tomorrow.
Faith, so I will, if no impertinent lady hinder me.
Aye, but I doubt a design of so much pleasing consequence would be defeated.
I'll tell you news, Mr. Corpulent. Monsieur Calcindo's daughters, my cousins, are become nuns upon the grief of our departure.
Upon the grief of my departure.
What a self-loved piece of fat you are! Do you not know nor remember how angry you were when she scorned you, and do you think she's in love with you? Now you are too partial.
By your leave, Colonel Free, absence increaseth lack. Sometimes.
I wonder what fancy my wife will be possessed withal, for she can be neither nun nor vestal. She hath so many children.
Ah, but the sweet lady will be in a consumption for your sake.
Did you see our sweet young Stellos today?
And in my knowledge or conceit, they are very melancholy, and they would not let me know the reason, so I doubt they are in love. Are you not in the same opinion?
They have reason to be sad. Their mistresses are captives, and their sisters are nuns in melancholy. And they say, give blessing to each poor body that comes to be healed of melancholy of the mind.
I wonder people be so simple to come to be cured of them that cannot cure themselves.
Sir, brought us a prisoner.
Yes, sir.
Pray, what news?
Aye, sir, I wish there was none but that my cow had newly calved, or how much cream goes into a pound of butter. I am brought here for reason they thought I was rich.
Oh, they would have money of me too. A pox take them and the devil go with, for they are all a company of knaves.
Aye, sir, 'tis true. But I should counsel you, because you are of party, you should not be so liberal with your tongue. It could do you hurt and our party no good.
'Tis true, for I was put into such a room for talking, for I had no bigger window to take a breath at than the bigness of my little finger, and no more to piss at.
Aye. Imprisonment hath made you mad.
Faith, so it has, to them in hatred. Come, let's go drink a health to the good successor of party and to the rogue's condemnation.
Aye, it would be in good health, but not in this garrison. And thus much would hang you.
Tut! I'll venture my neck, for I'll be revenged. You're all under the salvation of your money, while I have none to lose.
If you have none, you should go upon the grounds of keeping your health.
Why, so I do. For I walk daily in the garden, and when the rogues pass me by in scorn, will not put off my hat. Let's now handsomely send to a party to come to take their horses, and, if possible, to take this house.
Go. I will not be part of this high-flown, no design. Go, sir, to sleep. This can prove nothing.
What's your grief?
Love.
In what kind?
One that I loved as my soul rejected me.
Here. Take this, and be assured you shall grow wiser or have your mistress love you. What's yours?
Love.
In what kind?
My friends, who I held more dear than my life, are in a far country.
I have no remedy for that. But take this. It is such as I wear. It is a bow of hope. And yours?
And my grief is I loved a woman, and she would not marry me.
Take this as a scourge to whip your folly away.
And I have almost lost my wits by plunder.
Take this, laurel, as a promising hope of conquest.
Now I will grind upon this holy stone your doubts mixed all together, not alone, your griefs, your fears, your sighs, and your sad tears.
May you all happy be, but I bless and wish that you your friends again may see, and pray that prayer for me.
Saw you first.
your shrine, and you will not allow to see, which makes my angers not to tell. One is my fortune well, but I will never cease to pay my hopeful vows. Therefore I'll not despair to see a day wherein I may most happy be, and mortals envy me to see.
I wonder what's the cause about you go thus to profane my sacred priesthood so, as to name me wantonly, wantonly fair, chaste that I am, and it shall be my care. Your stealing language further shall not creep into my sacred church, where I will weep, praying that all may truly, truly, honestly keep. For my ambitious store invokes ascends, for my love dear and absent friends, that each upon their temples truly, truly may wear several laurels of each sweeter bay. At their return, then happy I should be in that blessed day I once them more to see.
And I have found thy most sacred self here, whose presence turns all sex to joy, not fear. So I'll kneel with adoration to thee, and never think that time too long to see thy purer face of angel beauty fair. But look and imagine what peace you are, so stands with admiration that does she shed the soul like a pure goddess speak.
Bless me, what spirit possesses you to speak to me as if I were not true? But I am just and will be just to grief, and now without my friends have no relief.
My lady and mistress captive, a prisoner. Can Stello suffer that? I'll her relieve.
How can you, brother?
What? Name how? And thy mistress in the like condition.
Oh, though I'm in love, I'm not out of sense.
My God, thou art out of sense if thou canst think any impossibility, an impossibility to gain thy mistress's liberty, though at the rate of your life.
I'm willing to hazard myself if it would relieve her, but to die and release her, and my corpse have no possibility of enjoying her, what does that profit me?
Well, it doth profit me if she could see me blown into 1,000 pieces to show I die her martyr, and in that piece of service I shall account my grave, my eternal happiness.
I should rather account her bed of love eternal happiness.
Thou art all for thyself.
Ah, well, I think you're neither for yourself nor her.
Well, I'm resolved of my design.
Prithee, what is that?
That is, I will either ruin myself or gain her. Wilt thou go with me?
I am not for demurs. Speak. I'm not for merry calls. If possibility, I go.
Hang that word, possibility. I love than what is impossible.
So do I. Yet methinks most things impossible. Tell me, whose your design?
Love and courage to that height. But thou appearest to me as a bedridden fellow, or at very best a frozen statue of ice that ere long will consume by my heat of love. Thou had best keep at a distance.
Well, I love as well as thee. So, to my mistress, I'll die but see.
Then let us go, all danger to embrace, that we may see their sweeter face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, come on.
Cousin, I long with great impatience till the smith come.
Oh, it may be he that knocks.
I have my wish. Hark you, friend. You know your master's cabinet's locks. They are very good ones. Do you think you can open them?
Oh, there are some books there that we would read to pass away the sad and solitary life we're in.
Ah, how impertinent. What have you to do here?
Mr. Steward, madam, is come with the books and saith you have not seen them this fortnight.
Go, formality, and tell his formality-ship I have other business than to stupefy my brain with how many quarters of malt is brought, and in that how much I am cozened. Neither care I how many scores of sheep have been plundered from me.
I shall tell him so, madam.
No, stay. It is better to please him and tell him I do not suspect his honesty. Therefore he needs not bring the book so soon, and let him know this was his plot to see whether I suspected him, and to let him see I confide in him. I will not take the books this month.
Now another.
Now, fool, what comes your piece of gravity for?
The Lady Tranquility is come.
A pox go with you for your ill news! I'll teach you better manners than to bring me word of my vexation. Where is she?
The lady is in the next chamber.
I thought this was too happy a design to prove prosperous.
Well, cousin, content yourself. The box is here and the smith lives not far off, so I hope we are not totally defeated. Sweet madam, how long hath your ladyship been here? How chance I heard not sooner?
I have not been here long. Your ladyship need not be angry.
Lord, madam, how happy am I that your ladyship can think me worthy of a visit. Will your ladyship go into my bedchamber?
I shall attend your ladyship.
sin if looking not a door, for such a one was ne'er before. 'Tis sin if looking not a door, for such a one was ne'er before.
My mistress picture it doth make a study to express each feature's take, and when but view a sweet her smile I say, I've seen celestial happiness today. Then when but see her quicker eye, 'tis such that all sex swears they cannot look too much. Thus she appears my innocent delight, so I will call her my true virtue's light. Thus she appears my innocent delight, so I will call her my true virtue's light.
Come, Pert, I'll tell thee news. Who do you think makes love to me? Come. Think and tell me.
Faith, mistress, I cannot say your lord, for you have none, for your lady's a widow. But the Lord of Lords may?
God bless my courtship. I'm not so divine yet as to have the Lord of Lords make love to me.
You mistake me, mistress. I can explain myself.
Well, do then, or I'll have my lady angry at you for not ironing her smock band well. Therefore thou had best please me.
By my troth, I'll please you, for I can be as secret to your counsels as you can wish.
Good wench. Who dost thou think?
Faith, I'm loath to speak, for fear you'll think I'll tell my lady.
Faith, I'll think nothing but what you'll have me. Besides, 'tis enough for a lady's gentlewoman to speak to a chambermaid. Therefore, with a pox on you, speak.
Why then, I think my Lord Calcindoe loves my lady a little, to love you more. And now I have spoke.
Thou spoke with a vengeance. But by God, if you tell my lady with hopes of a gentlewomanship, my careful way of not dressing myself fine when his lordship comes, faith, pull you down to a washermaid.
How's that? Pray that again. I did not hear you.
I shall tell thee. I have no other way so good as to disguise our love, but by dressing my lady fine and myself ugly.
If I did not think so, I'm a very rogue. But hark you, mistress, what would you do with a lady who understands the world and, if she were married, would say to her husband, "Prithee, take my woman. Faith, I am weary of your husbandly loved conversation." What would you do then? Now do you speak?
Faith, such a careless thing, knowledge. I should serve best.
I believe you, but you would have a hard task whether to please my lord or my lady.
No, I would not. For that which best my humour of pleased, I would please.
Faith, but I know some ladies who would be so much the wench with their husband that thou would prove at best but a cold mouldy pie, and that in plain English is true.
But I tell thee then, I would be like the wife to that lady's husband, and make him fond that way.
A pox of thy no wit. This lady that I mean will have her several scenes. Now wife, then mistress, then my sweet platonic soul, and then, right in the like, her several changes of mistress, not only to confirm love, but to provoke love. What says Mistress Toy to serve one of these?
A pox on you. I know whereabouts thou art. I am not like to serve either of these. Oh, but in faith I tell you, they treated me very kindly last they saw me.
Though God knows they're in no condition to see anybody now. God comfort them.
For sake's sake, thou givest pity. But what say you to a gentlewomanship of one of those wits?
Ah, I thank thee for nothing. I will not serve any of your she-wits. They will not court me. I am for your he-wits, or a lady that doth not know me. Let me alone to choose a lady to serve, should I part with my good lady Tranquility. I will have a lady of the times, if I can get her, or one that think it an honor for me to serve her.
Did our ladies chide you today? Come, let's walk.
No, Faith. I value no chiding by them, but to say truth, they gave me sharp apprehension, and stately gave me a little no respect. And when we talked, they spoke of some designs against them. But I would serve Monsieur Calcendo the best I could. They said I might very well study and plead that pretense being the only handle I had, and so convert them to a belief. Since we honor him as our father, we can't say nothing to you in that concern. Then they swore my wisdom should not alter their resolution. And in good faith, I know not their resolutions, neither can I imagine.
I see you call nothing chiding, unless they had power to put out a servant, or in a servant into the estate. But in good faith, sir, they trouble us unexpressly to govern them to do themselves good. Find you not that?
I do not find they trouble me at all, but they trouble business, and I love not interruptions.
Once I had a design to vex them. Since they will not be pleased, I made one of the grooms say one of their coach horses was plundered, and that, I knew, would passionately vex them.
And were they angry?
No, they're quick at fancy, and knew it was a plot of me.
Instead of men's drink,
Let us merrily think, now we're at liberty, what we shall wish to thee, gainst we you married see. Think not of beauty,
nor of duty,
but resolve to be a pretty toying she.
Oh, friend, I have been in hell.
No, sure, your goodness cannot that place tell.
Oh, yes, this world doth imitate the other, but this is a secret. Let it go no further.
Well, on with your discourse.
I will, and tell you how they good souls kill. They have their terrier devils to betray, each on his soul that loves the true right way.
I know all this, but tell what fires they have, and when they're burned, how pitiful they rave.
Fires, that's fancy by a hotter flame, and having no joy swears grief burns them lame. As for bleared eyes, 'tis neither fire nor smoke, but crying and sad grief them smothering choke. For darkness that their melancholy self, if happy, they not want of waggish elf.
They say hell's low.
How can it other be? For when misfortune, then you hell do see.
When you were there, would you your friends there wish?
No, the devils I would not have them kiss.
Madam, do you this catechism know? I like it not. I pray you, let us go.
sadness am, and then do think I'm lulled asleep in melancholy wink. Each chamber ceiling doth create true sad, yet tempered, so as I am quiet, glad. Then, when I walk nun's gallery round, my thoughts tell me I'm falling in a swoon. And then, when that flowers fine I have, then sure, I'm decked for my grave. So, if each one will have a fine loved death, and to yourself in sad, sweeter earth, then, when my quiet soul desires to walk, the gardens do revive my tongue to talk. So in white sheet of innocence I pray, each one that wishes to see, for ghosts do love to have their own delights, when others think they have designs of frights. So even as they, I wish no fear to none, but on my friends contemplate alone.
My grief doth make me for to look, as if life I had quietly forsook. Then for my fine delight of tomb is my sealed chamber and dark parlour room. Then when my spirit in the gallery doth walk, it will not speak, for sin to it is talk. At night I rise from tomb to see my friends pure well, but sleeping that must be. This is my truer soul of glad, and ghost's contentment, now you see, is sad.
Hark, hark, and hear, and put off fear. Resolve and come away, and make no stay.
Your sainted prayers ever came to me, so we're resolved, your Father you shall see.
At your commands we make no stay,
But you, great gods, we will obey. These golden garments we you bring,
To usher you to your joyous spring.
Can I so soon forget a nun?
Aye, sure, and bring love's happy sun.
How do I in this habit look?
As love's divinity of book.
now let us cut each way our way,
And make rude winds to us obey.
to bring us to our happy day. Tomorrow will be our rich day.
Now let us cut each way away, and make rude winds to us obey, to bring us to our happy day. Tomorrow will be our rich pay.
Come, madam. You shall be my antidote to Mistress Luciny. Wit, how like you my proffer?
What? You mean your bag of gold? Very well.
Faith, you shall have my bag of gold if you'll have me to boot.
What say you, Monsieur Corpulon, to be my garrison of profession against all the world?
Faith, madam, for I love you so well as I dare marry you, and let the world say what they will. You used to be my only fort.
Excuse me, sir, you rather appear mine.
Come, in a word, if you'll have me, and you shall have title, coach, and all things that are brave.
Oh, you're such a big plump bag of gold, I swear. If I shake you well, I need not care.
Look and see.
Your daughters, here they be.
We you a blessing ask.
Then we'll put off our mask.
What? Am I surprised with joy of please? But pray you, daughters, who are these?
Your servant, Courtly.
Yours, Presumption.
Are you god cheaters?
Or are we not ourselves?
Madam, we can create.
And, if your father please, we are your fate.
I thank you both, for now I see you love my daughters. Then you must love me.
Passion of God, these young flirts vex my soul out of my body. Did I not tell thee thy carelessness would spoil the linings of my Lord Cowsendow's daughters? I tell thee again, brides' linings ought to be had a care of. But thou art afraid thy fair face should be burnt, or thy hands too rough. Mary, get with a vengeance. Come out!
I'm sure I have burnt my fingers from smoothing.
Burnt your fingers. And if you had burnt them off, God would have blessed you never a whit the worse. In faith. You are a flirt. You stand when my lord's men cut you and say it away, fie. You speak not as you think, and with his dallying discourse never minds your business. In faith, the world's turned upside down since I was young.
Why, forsooth, would you have me believe them?
Well, I know what I know, and care will say no more. But thy very name, pretty, hath undone thee.
I think it's the name that have never undone you.
Thou dost provoke me, but I will not chide you, for a reason best known unto myself. But I could tell.
Tell my lord, then.
You had best tell him yourself, for I am not so familiar with his lordship. I will do him faithful and true service, but by my troth I cannot be a flirt. Honesty shall ever be my worst, and none shall say worse of me.
I think it was always the worst with you.
The worst with me. Take heed my worst be not better than your best. Take heed, I say. Take heed. If beg, I will not ask you at my need.
What is they say, must I a wife become?
Yes, madam, that's the vote as I do hear it run.
Why then a wife in show appear, the monkey I should dare, and so upon the marriage day I look as if obey, and so upon the marriage day I look as if obey.
Now do I hear the ladies, what wager they will lay, saying surely, surely, surely you'll disallow obey. I truly know not what you mean, cry you and look away. What act you mean to be the scene, lost wages each must pay. What act you mean to be the scene, lost wages each must pay.
Now do I view myself by also looked upon, and thus men whispering say, faith, she's already
your reply of song. I saw an ill sign today.
What was it?
Faith. Very careless garb and courtly.
In what particular?
In putting on his hat.
Faith, brother, but as I hope to continue my innocent freedom of Luciny, he shall put his hat off before he make me observe his actions. For I was never born to be his dancing master, to have £4 a month to observe his garb. But did not I give him the like return of my allegiance?
Yeah, I was infinitely pleased to see you, but I'm afraid you should contract your face to several forms of ridiculousness when you're married, as I dare not name marriage.
Pray you fear yourself, and leave me to the world. That is a husband.
Sir, take you, Luciny, to your wedlock wish, and you, Tatany, for a marriage kiss.
My lord, I have brought my mistress through with my life, and if you please, she shall be now my wife.
Son, since you love truth, so truly know with all my heart, you to the church may go.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, married now I see. If I have your leave, I now may married be.
Madam, if that my younger son you'll have, you will, as heaven him surely love.
Now I will tell you news of me. My Lady Tranquility, my wife will be.
Mesdemoiselles, que je vous marie, je suis dit que je ne l'aimais.
All here I married see, excepting you and me. Now, madam, I will take your woman for my mistress mate.
Fie, let marriage life plant virtue in you. Take a wife that's truly virtuous and fair, handsome and innocent as the chaste air. Then since the gods makes you this choice, marry, 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 marry and rejoice. Then since the gods makes you this choice, marry, 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 marry and rejoice.
This change I like, if faith is very fine. No sin commit, and yet this wench is mine. Angel, you're paid in that you will relate unto the gods that virtue is my fate. Then, Troy, you may be gone, for I'll be true. My conscience bids me not to look of you.
As you love me, sister, now you are married, tell me how you agree. Did you never fall out?
As I hope to continue my own, thou art grown a fool. Did not we resolve to fall out with our husbands?
Yes, but I thought he had altered you. Pray, sister, did he never chide you?
No, but he hath given me very good counsel.
Oh, I understand you. But I wonder you will suffer him to be so imperious.
Will you judge before you hear?
Why, tell me then.
According to your commands, I will tell you upon his first good counsel. I looked soberly, as if I would strictly observe him, yet dressed myself contrary to his instructions. And my behavior was according to my dress. so much as he said, "Sweetheart, do you go abroad today?" "No," said I. "Is your desire I should?" "No," said he, "but methinks you're very fine." And though I knew I was, yet I said, "Why will you reproach your own so much? But I'm glad you said no, for now I shall understand you by contraries." So, sister, I knew he was to seek about again for a new good counsel.
Come tell me his next humor.
"Swear you will tell your husband's humor, and your own, otherwise you shall have me no more your liberate fool."
What others you please, I'll swear.
"Well, I'll trust you." Faith, all that day he was in a conflict betwixt anger and melancholy, not knowing whether my behavior proceeded from neglect or ignorance. Then he declared himself by allegory, and praised a lady, obedient fool in town, and swore that her husband was the happiest man in the world. I replied she was a very good lady, and accounted him happy that was her husband, that he could content himself with such a mechanical wife. "I wish," said he, "she might be your example, and you have no reason to slight her, for she is of noble family." "I know that," said I. "And do the more admire, while she would contract her family, nobleness, and birth to the servitude of her husband, as if he had bought her his slave. And I am sure her father bought him for her, and now incensed who should obey." And then he came with his old proverb and said he would teach me another lesson, and so, with a forced kind of mirth, went out of the room. And I understood he had nothing else to say, and so was never angry.
But is he never higher?
Yes, once, when he thought to make me cry. But faith, I observed him in his own way, and told him his tearing oath should not fright me. And for part, I valued at the same rate as he did, for I had no design upon him but to love him and pray for him. I would yet, if in either of these I was inconvenient to him, I could lay those contemplations at his feet and would not weep.
How am I pleased to see courtly become presumption after marriage.
And presumption courtly?
No, Faith, he gently slights his being mad in love.
How prithee? Let me hear.
Why thus, when I am in company with him, he becomes a compound of he knows not what. That is, he doth not appear my husband, neither is his garb my servant.
I wonder, sister, how you can call this a slight, for in this he appears himself. But I see you would have him fond in company.
By wit, I hate see a fond fool, let it be he or she. But in a word, I knew I had angered him, and therefore took this, his silence, as a neglect. And yet I swear by you, I was myself, and held my petulant garb. Once he spoke in company accord to a discreet husband, I gave him modest return of wife, and yet appeared his mistress.
How write you to him?
In a several humours as I dress myself, his mistress. This you may see is an equal marriage. And I hate those people who will not understand matrimony is to join lovers.
But thinks husbands are the rod of authority.
Or a marriage clog.
That puts me in mind of my epilogue. Truly, the conflicts I did see within, which for to tell you even would be a sin, the several ways and fancies of their fears, and yet they dare not speak for their ears. Now, I am charged not a word more to say, but beg your likes, and then 'tis holiday.
And I was sent in all haste to you here, for to assure you there is a great fear, not knowing how the comedy doth please. Disliked there will be a white hood's decease. Ladies, from you I beg a smile of like, if hath the poets happy in this might.
Now, since your excellence hath thought it fit
to stay a 3 hours comedy of cit,
and to but speak of it as like,
then are our scenes even happy in your sight?
And though we have smiles and hats, if you dislike,
we're totally condemned for tonight. Now, have you no read, my lord? Pray do not speak, for I'm already grown so faint and weak, not knowing how you will now censure me, as rash to think no wit at present be. But if you like not, I pray, let me know. The pen and ink shall have a fatal blow. If you not pleased, it will impression make in my vain self for indiscretion's sake. But if you like, you will me cordial give, and so, as witty, I shall ever live.
Thank you.